This video aims to simplify your utility game by focusing on fundamental grenades that are essential for every map. Each section, A, mid, B, or CT, will feature a flash, a molly, and a couple smokes per take. These nades are chosen for their simplicity in remembering and consistency in throwing, meaning no pixel perfect grenades. Consider this a foundational set of util, allowing you to build upon as you learn more. I recommend before each game you rewatch the map in this video until you can remember the essential nades. While this video covers a variety of scenarios, it's crucial to understand that not everything requires a specific lineup. The goal is to develop a sense of how far grenades can be thrown, enabling you to adapt to different situations without memorizing numerous lineups. Remember, mastering a few versatile lineups is often more practical than learning countless niche lineups. In practicing in private lobbies to develop a feel for grenades allows you to throw nades on the fly without any lineups. That being said, your util toolkit will naturally grow as you learn and play, and you should never limit yourself from learning more. Now we can get into the util.
One important thing to note is I'll be showing keystrokes for each nade, and for two things in particular, the W jump throw tap versus the W jump throw hold. The tap means that you hit them at the same times, like so. And the hold means that you hit the W before the jump throw. In the video, I'll show you how exactly long you should do it. Sometimes you'll have to hold it long, or sometimes you just take a single step before.
For window, get into this corner, follow along the bottom of this line to the middle of here, and just hold D jump throw. For your con smoke, get into the same corner as your window, find the middle of this railing all the way down to the bottom of the white, and jump throw. This leaves no gaps. For top mid, get into the same corner, and just aim at the top right of the satellite. This allows you to cross mid. To support the first players running out mid, you want to take a flash anywhere along here, aim at the middle of this blue, and running jump throw. This flashes anyone holding mid from window. From top mid, you can molly your smoke window by getting to the back of this wall here, aiming the top middle of this antenna, and run through it. On A, the old CSGO stair smoke would be to get into this and throw it like this. However, in CS2 this doesn't work as it leaves a gap here that CTs can drop into standards with. A better stair smoke would be to get into a line with this wall here, follow along this ledge until you get in line with this corner, as so, and jump through. This stair smoke lands on top of stairs and bleeds into jungle. In CSGO, most people will throw a jungle smoke like this, get in line here, click. However, this one lands on the second step, right there, which allows it to bloom out slightly a bit more. Although jungle smokes like that still work, a better smoke would be to line up into the left side of this wood here, and just aim at the top of this wood pillar here. To remove inconsistencies, you want to go up from the middle of this dark spot, and just left click there. This lands on the top step, and leaves very little overhang. Combined with the stair smoke, this jungle smoke leaves 0 gaps, including this right here. For your CT smoke, you just want to get in line with this dot right here on this wall, and just aim on like the middle right side of this wood plank right here. Jump throw. This smoke pops on top of the CT box, and leaves no gaps up here for the boost or down here. The two main A flashes you can throw are your standard lamp flash, get into line here, aim at the top of the lamp, quick throw. The lamp flash is most effective at close corners, or close range fights, while your second flash is the same position as CT and jump throwing at the corner. This is a little less effective at flashing close angles, and allows you to swing a bit wider. However, it blinds sight better than lamp, and blinds bottom stairs which lamp can't, as well as top stairs. Overall, they are both good A flash that don't blind your teammates as they run out, with ramp being more effective at the close angles, and the jump throw being a bit more well-rounded across all of sight. For A mollies, you want to throw the bench molly like so. This stops CTs from aggressing and running through the smoke. And from palace, your one job is to molly under palace, and you can do that by getting in line with this wall right here, aiming at the top left corner on this wall, and run throwing and releasing before you hit the lamp right there, like so. On B, you can smoke market window by getting to this corner right here, aiming at this dot where these two lines would intersect in the corner, and jump throw. Compared to the old CSGO smoke right there, the smoke lands slightly deeper into market, so that, as you can see, it pops out and sticks out just a little bit less than the old CSGO smoke. When you go B, someone will want to be mollying Van by bouncing off of this back wall right there. If you just land it right there, sometimes it won't spread enough to reach into this corner right here. For supporting B flash, you just want to toss some flashes over while your teammates are running out apps. However, running throws only flash certain angles, like here and here, but it doesn't blind angles like Van, and only half blinds bench. You want to pair that with some people throwing running throws and some people throwing jump throws, just aiming at the bottom of this. These jump throws will full blind Van as well as players bench. However, these flashes don't blind certain angles that the running flash does, so it's important to throw a combination of both of them. On CT, the B player will want to throw this molly right here to stop incoming rushes. This allows you to get into strong positions like bench or van before the T's can rush you. The cat player will want to just jump throw a flash over here as they're running up towards mid. To stop A rushes, the first player A will want to throw a running molly on the right windows of this building, like so. The con player will want to throw a flash over mid. These flashes are to support your window player, blinding anyone who swings them top mid. On overpass, the first player will just want to throw a flash over like this. This flash will deter any CTs trying to peek ramp. From long, you can smoke dumpster by getting to this corner right here. Just aiming at the top of this corner and jump around. You can smoke bank by lining up along this back wall, lining up these walls, and just aiming down from this corner of the umbrella to halfway between the branch and the railing. Left click throw. This smokes dumpster and bank and leaves no gaps on the left or right side. For your banana util, you can smoke dumpster by getting to the top middle of this bench, throwing a smoke just on the arrow of this lamp right here. And for your bank, getting in middle of this divider, finding the arrow here, and just going down all the way to this line and jump around. This smokes dumpster and bank again with no gaps on either side. From divider, you can molly and flash A by just running into this just on the right, then finding this line along the wood until it hits this line on the pillar and halfway between the height, and just jump through your molly. Then you want to take your flash, aim at the top right of this plant and jump through. So flash here and molly deep truck so no one can hide there. The flash doesn't blind your teammates until they run out wide, while blinding common angles such as truck, dumpster, and back sight slash bank area. The first player down con will want to throw a flash off the back wall like so. This flash will punish any CTs for peeking, and once you get control of con, you can crouch into this corner, aim up until you hit the stairs, and left click a flash. This pop flash will blind any close corners here, and anything over here, which will allow you to run out con safely. Once you get water control, you can throw all of your B util from right here for your monster players to run out. For your heaven, you want to aim at the bottom left of this triangle here. For your molly, aim at this dot right here, and flash at the top right of this for your monster flash, and then aim at the bottom of this for pillar flash, which does not blind your teammate's monster. This smokes heaven, mollies barrels, flashes for banana, and flashes backside. On the CT side for A, you can molly off ramp by getting into this corner right here, aiming along the top of this line until it hits the pillar, run throw, and jump as soon as you get onto this ledge, like so. This molly is ramp for the T's. However, having to get into this corner to line up the molly delays you by extra seconds that allows the best T spawns to pass the molly. Instead, you want to learn how to line up the molly on the fly, like so. There are a lot of different ways, but I personally, once I get onto this layer, I line it up along the bottom line of the wood here and jump through as soon as I get onto that ledge. On overpass, your water player will want to run down here and running middle click throw along this top of this building. Then get into this corner and just throw a nade in the middle top of this wood pallet. This will nade door and molly short. Nading con door puts pressure on the T's trying to push up con and allows CTs to pinch them, while allowing for faster rotates for retakes. The second B player can smoke monster by getting to this corner and just jump throwing at the end of that light pole. At a spawn, you can throw your tarp smoke by getting into this corner, following this line till the top of the wall and just jump around. This smoke stops the CT lurk down tarp. The first A player wants to throw a flash off this wall that lands behind the sandbags. This is to stop CT aggression. You do have to be aware of this peek though. To throw your A util, you want to hug this wall just until you see the bottom left corner of this. Then you want to left click your smoke. Then you want to back up a bit, aim just above the right corner of that, left click a molly, and just throw a flash off this right wall. The flash pops behind sight so it doesn't blind you or your teammates. It mollies Tetris and smokes off back sight with no gaps for the CT to peek through. To take mid, a simple left click throw flash like this just disrupts the CTs as you peek mid. You can molly jump up by getting to this corner and just aiming at the top corner here, left click throw. And by following it up by getting to this corner and just aiming in the middle of this blue part here, left click throw, I smoke CT. On B, here's your left gen smoke. Your right gen smoke, stay crouched, aim at the corner, uncrouched, left click, and a backside molly by just going up from this line halfway between the beam and the wood pallet. Right gen, left gen. Pair that up with a flash by just getting anywhere along the bottom of these steps and just aiming at this yellow symbol right there on the beam. Left click there. This flash pops behind white so it doesn't blind your teammates running up ramp or up into sight, while full blinding any CT's backside. On CT, the first player A can just throw a molly ramp by just peeking this and just left them throwing off that harp. Also an optional nade for the peekers rushing through the molly. The second or the third player A can smoke ramp by getting to this corner, aiming at the left here, and walking forward until you hit this wall, and W run throwing, releasing at the bottom of that lamp. It'll look something like this. The smoke's bottom ramp. After you throw that smoke, you can pair that up with some flashes for your teammates. You can get into this corner right here, anywhere along here, and aim just above this corner if you want a flash ramp. This flash doesn't peek your teammates as they're peeking ramp, while if this flash full blinds anyone ramp, or from the same position, just aim just above this corner to flash short. This flash doesn't blind your teammates, while it flashes everyone short. For early CT mid aggression, you can molly off this wall right here, banking it off there, getting into this corner with a nade, and just middle click jump throwing on the bottom of that wire. This mollies the T's off mid, while doing 50 damage full to any T standing around here. On B, you can stop early rushes with a molly like this, and then a flash by getting to this corner, aiming in the middle of this bottom line, and left click throwing. Alternatively, you can just throw a molly off this wall like this. However, this doesn't land it. From spawn, you can throw your mid util by this position right here, lining up with the wall. Red room, you line up with the top corner of the biggest stone here, jump throw. And for donut, you want to find this little divot in the branches of this tree and jump throws. This smokes off red room and donut. Pair that up with a flash from the same position. You want to just aim anywhere along the middle of this line and W jump throw. This flash doesn't blind your teammates as they swing out mid, while blinding any CT aggression. For A smokes, you can get into this corner outside A main here, crouch, aim at the top left of this and jump throw for your CT, and from the same position, uncrouch, aim at the bottom of this gap in the leaves here and jump throw. You can flush up behind the boxes on A by just run throwing a molly off this wall, or run throwing a molly off this wall. They're pretty loosey-goosey. Your B util, you can get into this corner right here, and just aim in the middle of this stone structure right here along the height of those. Jump throw. Long, you can just aim in the middle of this middle thing and jump throw. This smokes left side and right side CT with no gaps. You can throw a supporting flash to your teammates by getting in line with this left side of the box here, and just aiming along the left side of this door, just above the halfway between these 2 points, so here and just a little bit up. Jump throw. This flash doesn't blind your teammates until they swing past here, blinding anyone holding cubby, backside, and long. You can pair that with someone throwing a molly by just getting in line with this on the door here, just aiming just below the top corner of the building here, left throw. This clears out and flushes backside. On CT, the first player mid is going to throw a molly over this bush over here, like so. This blocks mid aggression, while another person can get into this corner in CT, find this corner on the wall here and aim just a bit up and to the right, jump throw. This slams deep mid. On B, you can stop the rush by just getting here into this corner and just jump throwing along this rock. You can also molly the T's cross by aiming along the back of this and just middle click jump throwing. The first player at ramp will want to throw a flash like this mid. This is simply to deter CT aggression. First player at banana will either want to throw a molly like this or like this. The first molly only mollies car, so it allows the T's to rush B through half wall, but the second molly stops both car and half wall peaks from the CT peeking banana. You can help banana takes with a supporting flash by getting to this corner up here and just jump throwing at the top of this sign. This flash doesn't blind any T's, while full blinding any CT's peeking banana. For CT smokes, I found this to be the most consistent. A lot of other things you'll find online is something like this, and you just aim here and left click throw. However, it either is really easy and simple, consistent like that, but it lands on the back of CT, so the boost will have some slight vision over the smoke, or it'll just be a super inconsistent lineup, unless you have a extended crosshair bind. I found this, however, to be quite consistent even without an extended crosshair bind. You want to line up in the wall like this along this line here. You can check by just holding W, and if you see you're not moving, then you're in line. Then you want to take your crosshair and find this light bulb, the left of it, go down onto this wire. Another way you can double check is by going up this left side of the arches all the way up to the wire, and you should make sure that you're on the left side of this light bulb and also being in line with that line on the arches. Then you just left click throw. This smokes on the front side of the boost, so there's no boost vision that can be seen. Of course, with an extended crosshair blind, this actually becomes very simple and easy. For a coffin smoke, you just want to get into this corner here, find this little divot L on the wall, and just aim at the top of it and jump to the smoke. The smoke lands relatively deep, so that it still blinds this jump up corner here, but it also doesn't poke out too much, so that you have to be aware of the CTs pushing out. Pair that up with a quad molly by getting to this corner here. Some people throw it on this corner here, but I find it to be a little inconsistent, as sometimes it doesn't hit if you aim just slightly off here. Instead, I like to find this little divot on the wood and just aim at the middle here and just jump throw. You can throw some supporting flashes from this position here. Just god flash by aiming around here on the barrels, jump throw, and flashing over CT by finding the middle of the P and run jump throw. This throws god flash and CT flash. Keep in mind that the god flash full blinds your teammates if they're swinging out wide. You should only throw the god flash if either your teammates know what the god flash is and you're commenting that you're throwing it, so they can play anti and then swing out with it, or alternatively just throw the CT flash. However, it doesn't blind anyone around dark or coffins. The CT flash will blind anyone over on site here. You can smoke off left side bracket from second mid here by getting to this corner down here. Just find this little white spot and then on the overhang and just jump through. You can throw a pop flash your teammates mid by getting to this corner here on Mexico. And you want to find this flower pot, go down it until the bottom of the meme and just left click throw. Your teammates can play anti with it and then swing off it, similarly on this side. Smoke motor from mid, you want to get in line with this crack on the wall here. Then you want to find the bottom right of this little dark spot on the roof right there. Crouch and left click throw. From apps, the classic chimney flash, just aim along the top of these windows here on there, while crouching, and just left click throw. This will flash anyone holding you from pit, as well as anyone sight. You can resmoke motor from pit by getting to this corner right here, finding the wood beam holding up the overhang, aim at the top corner of it, and just left click throwing a smoke. You can also smoke it from sight by getting into the back corner here on the site, just aiming at the top corner of this door. From CT, you can throw two default mid smokes. First one, you want to get into this corner here, find this dot on this wall, and aim just a little bit up into the right. Jump throw. This smoke lands deep mid, which blocks off T's from coming out mid or even banana. This smoke does take a very long time to pop, so you can't be relying on it early round. You can also throw the phase smoke by walking into the middle of these two wires crossing, find this little divot on the wall, and W jump throwing. This lands mid with no gaps, which allows CTs to push aggressively into alt mid or just get full control of mid. On Nade, the first player mid will want to throw a molly down mid like this, or a nade like this. Watch out for the T's rushing out through the molly. On B, the first player want to swing out wide until you see this corner of car, then holding W, run through. This molly will land behind half wall and flush out any rushes from B. You can get an extra stray of the T running through the molly though, so you want to be prepared for that. At a spawn, you want to make sure you're breaking all the windows while you're running out like this with your Glocks, as it allows you to throw a util. Smoke outside, first you want to get into this corner right here, around where this red thing is. Find this divider on the leftmost window and jump through. And you want to run over here, the left side of the yellow marking on the back of this wall, aim in the middle of this railing and jump through. Smokes off left side and right side with just two smokes, so you don't need to worry about a third person. However, Heaven can see you if you stand along this back wall, so you should be aware of that. For a top hut molly, you want to stand anywhere back here. Then you want to find this end of the railing here all the way down to this divider, all the way down to the bottom of the blue. Then you want to jump throw as soon as you pass the back of this vent. So it'll look like this. A molly. And this will molly top hut. To flash and molly backside A, you want to get in line with this and move out until you're
in line with the left side of this edge. Then find the third divider, go down all the way into the blue, jump through a molly, jump through a flash, and then a flash. The molly flushes out backside, while the flash blinds anyone heaven, rafters, and backside. This doesn't blind your teammates running out of hut, or any teammates running out squeaky. A play you can do with your team is by just nading off of this right wall here, taking a smoke, and throwing it, aiming at this bottom of the left line here. So it'll look like this together. The smoke allows you to pop open the vents and pop down. If you want to take B, you can get into this corner here of the chair, find this cross, aim just a little bit to the left of it, and run through a smoke. Then similarly with a flash, you want to run through the flash. This smoke blooms out so that people here can't see you crossing through into ramp, and also covers the ramp hold so that people swinging out the smoke out here can't be seen by the ramp guy. The flash also pops just wide enough that anyone here will be blind holding it, anyone ramp holding will also be blind, and anyone hell will also be blinded. First player A will want to throw a molly squeaky by finding the vent pipe here and just run throwing it across the middle of the walls. On CT, you can support your outside players by just flashing over garage like so, or flashing deep while calling it. A nice little play you can do is just throwing a smoke off this box here, which allows you to get into this corner here where you can watch marshmallow or jump up here and hold for the teams pushing up. The first B player will want to throw a molly or a smoke off of this wall like so. You can also pair that up with a flash or nade if you think they're going to be rushing through it. For your mid smoke, you want to get into this corner right here on spawn, then just aim just a little bit above the left corner of this post. This will smoke off mid. If you're peeking mid first from the left or right, you'll just want to throw a flash off of this wall here, like so, or flash off this wall. You can molly off the door side mid by just sitting anywhere along this carpet here. Just aiming at the top left corner of this. On B site for temple, you can just jump into this corner right here. Then you want to find the top right tooth and just left click throw. For left side site, you want to get into this corner right here. Then you want to find the second and third teeth and just aim along the bottom of them. Jump throw. For right side, you want to get into the middle of this gate right here. Then you want to find the first and second teeth, and just below the top of it, like right here, in the middle, around the middle, jump throw. Smokes off left side sight, and lands on top, so it smokes off right side sight, without any gaps up here. For supporting flash, you just want to get up here along this back wall here. Just aim in the middle of these bricks here, like so, anywhere along here.
Throwing flashbang.
You can just molly off the left side, just bouncing it off of this wall right here, like this.
Molotov out.
You see too, it spreads enough that it mollies out the entire corner. You can also solo smoke off left side sight by just aiming below this and run throwing it so it bounces off the top of this like this.
Deploying smoke shield.
Outside A, you can smoke con by getting onto here, just finding this line along the wall and going until it reaches the arches. Left click throw. You want to jump out to back here, find the arch over here all the way up until you're above it, and just running throw a molly.
Molotov out.
This will smoke off con and molly the headshot over here. You can smoke off heaven by getting to this corner in the water here, finding this corner all the way halfway between these two parts in the box, and jump throw left click. Then from the same position, middle click, jump throw flashes.
Flashbang out.
Smokes off heaven and flashes over here. These flashes will blind anyone on the right side of sight. From A main, you can flush out pillar by just mollying off the left side of this, run throw, and then with a flash, just aim a little bit higher and the same thing.
Throwing flashbang.
The flash pops behind the pillar, so it doesn't blind your teammates as you swing out. It also blinds what the other flash did not, like back here, and anyone peeking from this side of heaven, while still blinding anyone in this area here. On CT, the first mid player will want to throw a molly off the wall here, like this. Or you can do it with the smoke, same lineup. This will smoke off or molly deep mid so people can't run through it. And also the smoke allows you to get a cheeky little peek over here. On B, you can flash out like this with your swing. It doesn't blind you and blinds any of the T's.